This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by WBO World Cruiserweight Champion Lawrence Okolie, the Source. Lawrence, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. You know, just here in this nice, I don't know what you call this, lounge or restaurant kind of lobby. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Obviously, it's fight week, it's Wednesday, it's kind of a chilled, quiet day. Usually you'd have the workout, the presser, then the weigh-in. Instead we had a workout last night, and then today's, like I said, a quieter day. So how are you looking to take up your time?
I'm going to go get a haircut. I think it's time, man. It's just I saw a couple of pictures and it's too much, so I'm going to get a haircut now and maybe go cinema, just chill out, like, do you know what I mean?
Is that a 258 thing, Lawrence? Obviously, AJ is yet to have his haircut, but Watsi doesn't until usually like the day of the fight or the night before.
Not really. I just can't be bothered to go to get a haircut in camp. You got no time or energy, and on the weekends you just want to chill. Where now we're getting close to the fight, I don't actually really want to, but I have to look somewhat presentable. So that's the reason why we're going for it. Yeah.
Obviously, Dilan Prasovic, your mandatory challenger, come Saturday night. Talk to me about him, Lawrence. For those in the UK, he might be a bit of an unknown quantity. So what are you expecting from him?
Yeah, I'm expecting a potentially hard fight. You know, he's, like I said, he's quite tall, sharp, you know, really fast. And he's got reasonably heavy hands from his record and how when I've seen how when he hits opponents, what happens to them. So it's serious stuff.
For you now, there's obviously a lot of kind of excitement at you in the cruiserweight division and what could be next. Do you feel the pressure heading into Saturday night to look good once again?
Yeah, of course. Do you know what I mean? But that pressure is the pressure I put on myself. Reason being, I've had some fights early on which I didn't like how they looked. So I made a mission of mine to have performances that I don't mind looking back over and watching over again and again. On my past, like, you know, 6 all stoppages, and I've been able to go back and watch them over. So I just want to keep that going for myself.
Everybody talks about how awkward it can be to face you in the ring, Lawrence, but certainly under the tutelage of Shane McGuigan now, we've seen different aspects of the side of your game brought out. What for you has been most pleasing to see come through with regards to your boxing ability working with Shane so far?
Just what I do in the gym, more coming out a little bit more. There's still more to come out, do you know what I mean? And the confidence in the ring. So if you watch all my fights, it's a similar pattern, you know, but it's like I'm getting more comfortable in the ring, you know. And that comes with time and experience. Like, although I'm a world champion and I've won, you know, all these belts, it's still not that experience, if that makes sense. So it's good to get that ring time, get in there, you know, used to, you know, setting shots up for rounds in advance, do you know what I mean? As opposed to everything here and right now, this second I'm fighting for this second, it's more so, relax, 12 rounds. Throw jabs this round, don't throw nothing else, it's okay, what's he doing next round, either lay or what, you know, whatever tactic you decide to go with, you know. So it's good, I'm getting more relaxed in the ring.
Lawrence, I know it was well documented how keen you were to try and get a unification fight immediately on the back of the Glavatsky win. Moving forwards, can you just kind of, well, rather look back for me, how difficult was it to actually secure one of those fights, and what were the biggest kind of obstacles in the way?
Well, the main obstacle is that I won a vacant belt, so I have to defend against my mandatory, so that was pretty much it, you know. I wanted Briedis, but he was chasing Jake Paul at the time, and then after that, you know, he's now got a fight with someone else, so it is what it is, you know, but God willing I get through this fight on Saturday and I'll be once again pushing for unifications.
Makabu, Briedis, all the names have been mentioned for you, Lawrence. Are you confident in your next one you can secure a unification bout?
Yeah, I just don't see why not, to be honest. You know, it's like, I feel like the champions are up for it, but just no one's taken the initial step to say, hey, I want this. Where I'm going to be the guy saying, hey guys, anyone want to dance? And we'll see, you know, it'll be a big fight for any of them and we'll have some fun.
Obviously, Lungu Makabu will be well known over here for his bout with Tony Bellew. Since then, how much of an eye have you kept on him, and what's different about him now compared to that version?
He's a bit more confident. He's more dominant in the ring in terms of like the pacing, like going from slow to fast. What else I know about him? He's just that kind of stuff. Those are the main ones, really.
And you mentioned Maurice Briedis. He's going to face Arthur Mann later in October, I believe. Just want to get your take on that fight, if you know anything about Arthur Mann.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Arthur Mann. He lost to I think the IBO champion or something like that. So I've seen him. He's a solid guy, but I expect Briedis to get through that one.
And Lawrence, of course, I know in the past you've spoken about a potential bout with Alexander-Usyk at some point. Have you seen him knocking about, and what's been your thoughts on his frame so far?
He's a thick set guy, you know. He's not a small guy. He's a big guy-ish. Like, I mean, for a heavyweight, he's not massive, but he looks like a heavyweight.
Do you think how do you think he will approach his fight with Anthony, and how do you think Anthony will approach it with Alexander?
I think that Usyk will have to approach it in a boxing way, as on his footwork, and because he might start off thinking, The reality is that heavyweights feel very different, especially a world-class one like AJ with 10-ounce gloves. So when he starts to feel a little jab to the forearm or whatever, he's going to decide to get on the bike and try to pick shots cleverly as opposed to going all in.
People have been speaking about the weight heading into this. From your perspective, what would be ideal for AJ? A couple of weeks ago we saw some photos where he looks a little leaner. Do you think we'll see a lighter version of him come fight night?
Yeah, I think that's the right idea. I don't think it's all about weight, it's all about performance. Like, I've been in the gym with him and I know he's definitely working on performance, you know. He's the type of guy that is very explosive and all that kind of stuff, but he naturally has power, so it's just about, let's get back to boxing and getting boxing fit and moving around the ring and all that other stuff. So I expect a really fit, agile and powerful AJ.
Lawrence, just before I do let you go, obviously we were speaking about it over there. Canelo Alvarez, Caleb Plant had a small little altercation last night with their face-off. What did you make of it?
Canelo's reactions are amazing in and out of the ring. That's what I took from the little, slip back counter shots. Obviously you don't want to see people hitting each other outside the ring and stuff like that, jeopardising big fights, but it was all fun and exciting as long as it doesn't affect the fight. It was good. It was good to see Plant also, speaking about, the drug stuff with Canelo, because I think no one else really does that, So we'll see how that plays out. A factor, will that fire up Canelo? Will it get him too fired up? Who knows? We're going to find out together on November the 6th.
Psychologically, just that cut, what do you think will be going through Caleb's plan throughout the rest of his camp now for the next 6 weeks?
Is that only 6 weeks away?
It's November 6th, yeah, about 5.5 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Who knows? As long as it doesn't affect his sparring, it'll be minor. Like, I'm sure he'll work. It will probably help his defense because he's not trying to get hit on it. So obviously it's not ideal, but there's positives.
Right, Lawrence, just a final one. Tell everybody back at home or whoever's going to watch it in the stadium, on TV, what should they expect to see from the Source on Saturday night?
Just a clinical performance, nice and controlled, and a stoppage win, probably like from 3 to 7. It depends. It might be 3 to 7. 3 to 7.
Right, Lawrence, we'll leave it there. I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your day and obviously crack on with the rest of your activities. I appreciate your time. Thank you for speaking to me.
Sweet. Thank you so much.